Today I'm going to be making worth the wait lasagna. This is in the Mr. Food Test Kitchen. It's Wheel of Fortune Collectible Cookbook. What you are going to need for this recipe, you need 12 lasagna noodles, which I have exactly 12 in this box. You need 1 pound of bulk hot Italian sausage. So this is how we could find it. So that is what we're going to use, the Johnsonville Italian sausage hot. You need 4 cups of shredded mozzarella divided. You need 3 cups, and then you need an additional 1 cup. So 4 cups total of mozzarella. You need 1 15-ounce container of ricotta cheese. You need a 1/3 cup of grated Parmesan cheese, and I left that out so I can show you how I bought it. You need 1 egg, which I have not gotten out yet. You need a 1/2 teaspoon of dried basil and a 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and then you need 2 28-ounce jars of spaghetti sauce. So the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to get my lasagna noodles in here because I'm sure you can hear my water is boiling. So I like to buy the lasagna noodles. I know some people like to buy the kind that you can just put directly in the pan and they'll cook while it's baking. I actually like to boil my noodles and make sure they are a texture that I like. Might get another one. I have another box up in the cabinet. I might replace that one. Just make sure I don't have any that are broken. So I've got that. That's going to boil. And it says that these need to boil uncovered for 10 to 12 minutes. So just so you have some idea. You want to preheat your oven to 375 degrees, and you want to get a 9 by 13 inch baking dish, and you want to spray it with cooking spray. So I use the Great Value, the Walmart brand vegetable oil cooking spray. Then I'm going to get my sausage, and I'm going to put it in a pot, and I'm going to cook my sausage until there's no pink.
Basically brown it like hamburger.
So this sausage, we don't know if it has a skin on it or not. We're gonna find out. So if it does, we're gonna take it out of the skin. Let's see. Yes, it does. So you see that? It has a casing. So we're gonna take it out of the casing, and then I'm gonna put the sausage in this this pan right here. Kevin cut a slit down the center of these, so we're gonna see if it's easier. I'm sure it will be. Oh yeah, much easier. So that's what you need to do. Just take a knife, cut a slit down the center of each one.
If you buy them like this. If you can buy bulk loose Italian sausage, then do that instead.
We just didn't see it. We did not see that. We bought this at Walmart, didn't we? Yeah, and we did not see it. So like we looked in the area where they have like the breakfast sausage. We looked there. We looked in the meat section, and we just did not see it. So like I said, you just want to cook this until there's no pink showing. Our sausage is finished cooking, and we put some paper towel in this bowl, and just to catch any grease that comes out.
It didn't have a lot.
No, it doesn't have a lot of grease, but then we can remove the paper towel, and we're still going to use this bowl to mix other things in with it. So I just pulled the paper towel out. It caught all of the grease. So now you want to take your whole container of ricotta cheese, your Parmesan cheese, your 3 cups of mozzarella, your egg, and then your black pepper and your basil, and egg, and you want to stir it in with your sausage. So now we're going to get our pan here, and you're going to take 1 cup of the sauce, like that, and pour it on the bottom of the pan. And just spread it out. And then I might be able to do, yeah, just pick it up and move it. And then our noodles are finished cooking. So I have those in the sink. So what I do is I pull them up out of the water and I take my hands and I squeegee them off. And then I'll put them directly in the pan. So you're gonna use three noodles. Okay, now it says take a third. I have no idea how much a third of this is. A third of your mixture here and put it on top of the noodles. I guess if you do this all the time, then you would really know how much to use.
I'm guessing it's not going to be a super thick layer.
Now you take another cup of your sauce and put it over this, and then you just
repeat.
You repeat. So that was basically the whole jar, one whole jar. I'm gonna use the one here that tore. I never did replace it. But I'm gonna put it, if any of your noodles tear, then I would just use them in the middle. That way nobody knows. Nobody's gonna see that. And that way you can leave your pretty ones for the top. This is your last layer of noodles. You want to press this down just a little bit. And then we're going to add the remainder of our spaghetti sauce to the top. I'm going to try to get out every little bit that I can. Says cover tightly with aluminum foil. This is going to make some noise. And we want to bake this for 1 hour. This has been in the oven for an hour. And I'm gonna, it's stuck to the top a little bit. There we go. There we go. It came off. Okay. So now what you want to do is you want to use your 1 cup remainder of mozzarella cheese and sprinkle it over the top. And then we're going to put it back in the oven for 5 more minutes, uncovered. This is how it looks after 5 additional minutes in the oven. Now it says you want to set a timer for 10 minutes and before you cut it. So I'm gonna set one more timer for 10 minutes and then we'll be back. Okay, I have waited 10 more minutes.
It's about the extent of her patience.
Yeah, I'm ready to cut it and eat it. It says it makes 9 servings. So, I cut it straight across.
It smells really good, by the way.
Yeah. And then I guess I'll cut it along this line here. There we go. That looks pretty good. Okay, this says behind the recipe. So if you're wondering where did this come from,
why is it in this
Wheel of Fortune? If this recipe looks familiar to you, it's because it was one of 5 international favorites that were part of a recent Fabulous Food Week on Wheel of Fortune. All that week, Howard got to make a dish to represent the destination of the trips that were being given away each day. It was so good, the crew raced backstage after the taping to try some. Apparently, this lasagna was worth the wait. So that's why it's called worth the wait lasagna.
It's funny, recently.
I know, recently.
What year was recently?
Exactly, that's what I'm going to look at. This book is from 2015. Not so recent.
Only 10 years recent.
Yeah, not so recent. Okay, so it doesn't give calories or anything like that, but it did say it was 9 servings.
Which is a perfect thing with the way you were cutting it into. It's already kind of segmented out into 3 rows, and then you split that up into 3 sections. That's a pretty good gauge of.
I believe I have a lasagna recipe on the channel from years ago.
Like fast and easy, or
yeah, it's really simple, but it's completely different than this. So,
tell you what, that hot sausage, ooh ha.
The Italian sausage.
Yeah, you know what I really like about that?
What?
It's the ricotta cheese. It adds a creamy texture to the cheese.
In my recipe, I do not use ricotta cheese. I've never used ricotta cheese because that's something that the kids, they would have never eaten that. So the one that I made years ago, it's very, very safe for even the pickiest eaters will eat it.
Yeah, it's picky eater safe, that's for sure. This, if you don't, I mean, I'm not getting a ton of sausage that's super, super hot. When you do get some, though, it is a little spicy. But it's got enough tomato sauce and other things like that to kind of break that heat up.
I'm glad it told you to use the hot, because I think otherwise it would have been lacking in a lot of flavor if you had just used regular sausage. Because for me, I got a lot of sausage, but it's not too hot. I don't think it's too spicy. Of course, you don't have to use hot if you don't want to. But I was kind of afraid to buy the hot, and I shouldn't have been, because to me, it's not too hot at all. I was also worried about using 2 whole jars of the spaghetti sauce. And
about it being too watery.
About it being too watery or just too much, because I've never used that much in mine at all. And it's not. It's not too much at all.
It worked out really nice, because I think that tomato sauce helps cut some of the heat. Because I think that sausage would be too hot for me if it was just kind of less tomato sauce. But with the tomato sauce and the ricotta kind of bringing down the heat a little bit, it's nice. It's a nice flavor. You could have also mixed in like if you wanted, not that this is not wonderful the way it is, you could have also mixed like half and half ground beef and sausage if you wanted to. You would add a little bit different texture flavor to it. You could have done a half and half. That would have been nice too.
I really do like that Italian sausage though. And I like I said, I like using the hot because there's so much spaghetti sauce in there that it doesn't come across as really
if you
hot.
get a piece like this where it's kind of by itself,
right,
it's a little hotter. But yeah, when you're eating with all the cheese and everything, it's not as bad.
I think this is delicious. I would totally make this again. I would do it the exact same way. Honestly, I would not do it any different at all.
I was just a suggestion that if you wanted to do ground beef and sausage,
you
could.
Sure, absolutely. But I do like it just the way it is. So no changes, no notes.
No, but I really do like the texture of the cheeses, so it's real nice.
Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed the video. You'll have to let us know if you give it a try. And thanks for watching.